I know how you feel, guys. It's hard to go a day without your dose of Steve-O, your daily dose of Steve-O. I know. So here I am, back at you. All right, what do we got going on? You know, we talked about the DIY syrup tank. I picked up some goodies this morning at Ace Hardware. Boy, was that pricey. Wow. So, but I've got it done with the exception of one little 1/4 inch nipple. And I'll show you where that goes. But here it is. Bada bing. Look at this thing. So simple, it's kind of stupid. Here's where the nipple is going to go. A little small nipple, maybe 3/4 of an inch is all. And because if you turn this valve on, it kind of splashes out. I tried it on my 5-gallon tank. That's still set up. So I could fill that up and still use that. I could actually mix in here, fill that up, and go to another bee yard with that 5-gallon and gravity feed out of that thing and fill jars in the field, see? But anyway, yeah, here it is. What I did, there's a, coming out of this existing pump, there was this thing here is kind of like for draining your basements, you know, when they flood. I don't know what this pump is, I forgot. All I did is drop it in a 5-gallon bucket and turned it on. I said, wow, that's plenty of power. So it's a hose bib thread, and I needed IP thread so I could use standard pipe fitting, see? So what I did is bought one of them, and that converted me to standard pipe thread so I could screw in a 3/4 male adapter. I put this union in here so I can actually unthread this easily and pull the pump out. I cut a notch here like we were talking about, so that'll go there so the lid can go on. And then what I did is stuff that 90, bottom 90, all the way to the bottom of the tank. And then it comes up here. Now you can control pressure with this, see? Back pressure with this thing onto this. I will probably, to keep critters out, is fill this with probably silicone, or I may just, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may Gorilla Tape that sucker shut, I'm not sure. Something where I can, it doesn't need to come out, because if you did, you'd have to unthread this ball valve. But let's plug it in. There is 30 pounds of water, yes, 30 pounds of water in there now. I normally, for all these bees, I do 30 pounds of water, 30 pounds of sugar to get my 1-to-1. Let's plug it in. Check that baby, guys. Wow. It's actually spinning around and getting a little bit, it's got such force on it. It's spinning around here and hitting the backside of this pump and getting a little splash up. But we'll have our lid on anyway when we're doing this. See, I can tweak this down a little bit, but boy, it puts a lot of pressure on it. There's a weep hole in the back. Yeah, there's a little weep hole in the back, but okay, but look at the pressure here. I don't need that kind of pressure to coming out of that thing for filling our jars up. We're filling quart jars. I'll put a little, see how it splashes out? It's crazy, but if I put a little close nipple in there, it'll shoot nice flow coming out. But there it is, guys. What do you think? What do you think? So simple. It's going to take a lot of the hand mixing. We don't want to hand mix. No, mo. I got another thing I want to show you. This is going to be kind of cool. All right, guys. This is my back door right here. That's my back door. I'm sitting on 1 acre. Right over here, the other side of this fence, and by the way, this fence, chain link fence, is 6 inches on my property. Oh, look at here, guys. I cleaned all them trees out down through there. Well, I didn't. I had the boys come in. $1,800 worth, by the way. But it was worth. I had an 8-man team coming here, and they took out, I mean, I had a jungle coming over here. Way down. I don't know if you guys remember, it was way down. The UPS drivers are slamming their trucks into it. But I got our boys cleaned, cut all that out, and ground it up and hauled it away. But what I wanted to show you is this fence here is 6 inches on my property after I looked at my survey. But over here, this jungle over here, see this jungle? There is 11 acres here. 11 acres. The price tag on that 11 acres, guys, is $1.2 million. $1.2 million. So I would like to purchase this property with your help, okay? It's like a GoFundMe Steve-O deal, okay? Let's go talk about, let's go to the grafting shack and talk about this. Check this out, guys. Check it out. Little Walmart deal, 3-speed, rechargeable. It's got a little deal like you plug your phone into. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yes, sir. Yeah, what I wanted to talk to you about, a way we can get that money, okay, for that property, because here's my plan. All right, this is going to be cool, guys. This is going to be cool. Tell you a little story. First of all, you know, as you know, I was not only a beekeeper forever, but I was a pipeline foreman forever. I had a whole team of guys that we'd go around, and the guys would come in and take out the woods, balance the dirt, and then I would come in next and put in sanitary sewer. That's some deep stuff down in the ground, normally 8-inch pipes. Then we would put in stormwater. That was next, and that could be anything from 15-inch concrete pipe all the way up to huge box culverts that go under roads. I did all that. And then lastly, I put in water lines, and usually they would be 8 and 6-inch water lines. So I had that team of guys. We did this forever. I helped build just about most of Clearwater. I was everywhere. I was in St. Pete. I was in Tampa. I was all over the place. I even did work in Fort Meade over there, Land O'Lakes. I mean, walk in the water over there. So with that, every job, and sometimes I was on a job a week, 2 weeks. I could be on a job 6 months. It depended on, you know, how big the project was. And I met a lot of people. You would not believe all the people I would meet. And I met some very interesting people. You meet, you know, I'm working for the GC. Our company would, the GC, general contractor, would hire us if we won the bid on the pipeline and earth moving and the whole site and all that site prep. You would be with these people from start to finish, right? So I was the second person that would come in on the job site. The earth guys would come in, balance, clear it, and then I would come in second. Yeah, so anyway, I would meet these. We got to be, you know, get good friends if you didn't piss everybody off, which I never wanted to do with any client. I was usually like this, because what I would tell them, a lot of people sometimes would jump ahead of me, crews would jump ahead of me from the same company, and they would be flipping furious. So sometimes when they got so furious, they would pull me off a site and bring my team in to pick up where numbnuts that pissed everybody off left off, and I would come in. And many times, guys, they would say to me, what do they do? Do they send you in after everybody's pissed off so you can get it done and make everybody happy? I said, unfortunately, sometimes that happens. They said, well, thank you very much for coming in here and being a straight shooter and getting this thing done instead of all these idiots walking around smoking dope and stuff. Seems like you got it going on. I said, yeah, that's kind of why we're here, you know. And the only thing I ask from you, and I'm going to help you out all I can to get this job done on time, properly done, and on time, and in and out, and that's it. What is that? What do you request? I request, if you would, please, if you're very happy with me at the end of this deal, call my office and say, thank you so much for sending Steve-O to this site. We really appreciate how that guy rolls. So I'm not sitting here blowing a lot of smoke up my own hiney. I'm just telling you how I used to roll. Kind of with integrity, maybe. Anyway, they would call my office and just praise me up one side and down the other. That made me feel better than anything, and it got me better Christmas bonuses too, by the way, guys. Doing things right, getting things done, that's the way you should roll. Anyway, I got to be fairly good buds with this guy. He was kind of a hunter and everything. After about a week, he called me up to his office. He says, Steve, well, what, you like hunting and all that stuff? I said, yeah, oh yeah, hunting, fishing, critters, bees. I do bees too on the sideline. Really? You like cattle? I said, yeah, of course. I eat a ribeye every day. You gotta love cattle if you eat a ribeye every day, right? So he laughs, right? He says, I'm kind of needing a brother-in-law. He's looking at, I'm kind of needing a brother-in-law. I said, really, are you now? I said, you need me to be your brother-in-law? He said, that would be nice, I think. I think that would be nice if you were my brother-in-law. I said, well, I appreciate it, bro, but I don't know if Miss Daisy would go for that. I don't know if she's into threesomes. He laughed. He says, I got to tell you about my sister. He said, you might want to leave your Miss Daisy after I tell you this story. I said, well, lay it on me, bro. He said, I got a sister. She's a wild one. She needs to be tamed down. How old are you? And I told him. He said, well, you're a couple years older than she is, but that'll work out great, he says. I said, well, what's the story on your sister? He said, let me tell you this story, he says. This is unbelievable. This rancher she's been working with for about 5 or 6 years. Let me tell you what she looks like first. He says she's about your height. She's got a 10 body. She's a natural blonde, okay? And she's got a 10 face. I said, whoa, she's got a 10 face and a 10 body, yeah. And she works cattle, he said. She has about a team of 12 dogs, he said. Cattle dogs that follow her everywhere. I don't know if they're sleeping with her or what, he said. But wherever she goes, in the Jeep, on horseback, they're following her all over. And she gives them commands and they go out and they do the cattle and this and that. He said, it's unbelievable. Steve, he said, she runs, she's on a horse every day. Wears a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and she's in a bikini. I said, well, bro, really? I said, man, that's probably something to see. When we're going to head out to the ranch? He said, well, we could go out this weekend. I could call her up. She said I talked to her the other day. She just fired that last boyfriend. She said he was worthless. All he wanted to do is have sex and lay around, drink beer. And I'm trying to work cattle out here.
You know, playtime is one thing, but we got to get the job done. And he wants to sit around. No, I'm not putting up with that. She said, I fired his ass. I said, well, sounds like a girl that knows what the hell she wants. He said, oh yeah, she does. She's a tough one too, bro. She's a tough one, but she's a looker now. If you like cattle, you can slip right into this deal because she needs a helping hand on this ranch. What the story is, he said, she was on this 5 or 6 years on this ranch with this old man and his wife, and they were up in age. This old man loved cattle ranching. He owned 2,100 acres just southeast of here, right? His wife's getting sick. She's in there, his sister's in there every day taking care of mama, running the ranch, taking care of everything, going round and around. The old man pulled her in there one day and he said, I just love the way you're taking care of mom and helping me with this ranch. He said, I got 9 kids, none of them are worth nothing. He said, I've had enough of these kids. They don't do nothing for me. They never come to my birthday parties. They never do nothing. They never come out and see how mom's doing. She's sick in here, she's dying. And you are the only one that has any concern about nothing for this. You know, you got everything taking care of mom and this ranch and me too, he says. It's unbelievable. He says, so guess what's happening? If mom dies, and it looks like she's going to die any day now, I've already talked to my attorney. I am signing over this entire operation to you because I don't know how much longer I'll last when she goes. So it was shortly thereafter, mom checked out. She checked out. So the old boy, he was so distraught over that, he just went downhill fast. And he checked out. Well, his attorney came, when he checked out, the attorney came to talk to her. He said, we're going to have a sit down with the entire family. You're in there. The whole family's coming in. The whole family has been for years. The old man told her, he said, they're like a bunch of vultures just waiting for both of us to die so they can just take over the money and take this place so they can all party down with their drugs and stuff. He said, I'm sick of the whole bunch of them. And I guess the mama was too. So anyway, they gathered up in this meeting to read the will. And she said there was some really long faces, crying and everything else when they found out they were getting zero. Yes. So anyway, she's still running the ranch. I left that old boy. I never did follow up on the story. I never did get to see the blonde in the bikini. But anyway, it was quite a story, guys. And you never know what's going to happen in life, you know? You never know what's down the road. But, you know, you just gotta maintain a good, healthy lifestyle and a positive outlook on life, you know? So here's my positive outlook on life. That 11 acres over there, I want to turn into the Garden of Eden. Okay, Garden of Eden. And I don't know how to do that, but I have a fella that I know that does. He does it for a living. He takes pieces of land and turns them into a Garden of Eden. The guy is absolutely incredible. And he doesn't charge that much either. He puts in what they call edible landscaping. That property has got horse corrals on it. The last guy that owned it was an oral surgeon. I talked to him half a dozen times in 15, 18 years. I saved his life once. I went outside of the back of the building there on the north side of that building, my shed, my garage, and a squirrel ran across the tree, and I was watching a squirrel run across this limb, jumping from tree to tree. And when it was an opening in the trees, and I saw all these hornets flying out. I mean by the hundreds, guys, hornets. So, you know, what the heck? I'm looking down, 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 and I'm looking in the ground now, this far from where the guy used to bush hog, where the horses go around. He bush hogged right there. There's 4 tubes this big around, up this high, come up, look like candy canes. Ground hornets, yellow jackets. There was 4 tubes coming out of this thing, guys, and they were about this far apart, about the size of a 55-gallon drum, if you can envision that. I said, holy smoke. I called the guy. I said, can you come out here to the west end of your property over next to my fence? I want to show you something. Sure. I said, you need to see this. So he came over and I showed him. I said, whoa, he's coming through the woods. And I said, whoa, come over this way. So he came around and I said, come up the fence here. And I said, and I'll start walking this way a little bit now and look right over there. His eyes got this big around. He goes, holy smokes. I said, I just saw that, and I'm envisioning some really bad things happening. I'm envisioning some really bad things happening when you come by with that bush hog right there, because they are going to explode. He said, man, you've saved my life. He said, if I stirred that up, he said, I doubt if I could even get away from them. I said, it looks bad to me. I said, I'm a beekeeper. I can tell you right now, that is a huge colony of hornets. So he called a pest guy. He came out in a few days, right at sundown, when all those, hornets came in to rest. This guy pops up. He puts a full bee suit on. He pops on. I ran a garden hose through the fence over there to him so in case he started a forest fire here now. And he fired up 2 of those asphalt flamethrowers that you use for cooking asphalt, or heat up asphalt to work them. He went in there with double barrels, guys. Went in there and he started blasting that thing. And it just started caving in. That nest, guy, was as big as a 55-gallon drum down in that ground. Anyway, he killed them. And that's the last I seen of that old boy for the longest time. But he was sitting there. Here's an oral surgeon, guys, now mind you, burning one cigarette after the other. Well, he died about a year ago. This old boy died. Okay, so that property went on the market. His wife and his daughter, and they have another daughter, they moved out. They went somewhere. They had a couple horses. I guess they went with them. They never rode the horses. They haven't rode those horses in 6 to 8 years. They're just sitting in there as lawn ornaments. That's all they were. So that whole place is jungling up now. That whole place is turning into a jungle. What I want to do is go in there and make that Garden of Eden. So any of you old timers out there, they're sitting on a lot of money, and you're fixing to go see your maker. Yeah. Think about old Steve-O and what his plan. Because what I want to do is turn that into a bee and butterfly Garden of Eden, with paths going through, and it's going to be like a not research mainly, it's going to be teaching people how to raise bees, right? Have monthly classes over there and this and that, and maintain areas where people can walk through and see all the butterflies and bees working the flowers. This thing is going to be flower mania, the whole place, with paths, nice paths going all through it. All those structures up there, the house, which is a big house, I think there's 7,000 square in there, barns, all that, horse stables, all that is going to be leveled. I'm leveling it. I'm sure it's zone ag right now. If it's not, I'm sure we can get it zoned ag because it's 11 acres. I think you need 10 acres. Level that thing. Put all that ground, bare ground, in clover and anything bees, butterflies like. And then we're going to be putting in plants, trees, and whatnot that bees and butterflies like. The entire thing is going to be like a park. So your name, whoever, or there could be several people, who knows, that want to get in on this. Bronze plaque, you know, we'll come up with a name for this place. And when I finally die in, 102? Yeah, 102 more years from now, because I'm 70, I'll be 73 next month. And I was granted 175 years, okay, by the man, 175 years. So I've got actually 102 years to go, see? So I'm going to be around a long time babysitting this sanctuary that we're going to create a Garden of Eden sanctuary. The public can come in and see this. Your name will be on a plaque, or several names, whoever's donating to this. And then when I check out in 102 years, this thing will be taken over by the county and maintained. We'll have forever, evermore. It's going to be a Steve-O Garden of Eden. So there you go. That's the story I've got for today. I knew you'd love that one, guys. I knew you'd love it. It's going to be so cool for you and I and the public and everyone to enjoy the Garden of Eden. That's right. So when I die, it's not going to my kids. No. It's going to go to the state. It's going to be a state park, county park, whatever we can write it up as, and it's going to stay that way in writing forevermore. And by me removing those structures and all that, the taxes are going to be very low. Also, to maintain and keep it looking like a park, we're going to have bush goats. There's going to be bush goats in there. There's going to be some guard dogs for those. They're going to be people friendly, by the way. About 3 of those. So we're going to have bees. We're going to maintain bees. We're going to maintain some bush goats, and they will be moved around along with the dogs to maintain and keep that thing looking like a beautiful park. So that is something to work on. So anybody that knows anybody, have them watch this video, that has lots of money, they're sick of their children, they're sick and tired of being treated badly, and you got, you know, a lot of these millionaires die, guys, and they give the money to the church, and the minister takes that money and he's I don't know, he's running out buying hookers and this and that and fancy cars. I've seen some of these ministers. It's unbelievable, guys, what's going on with that deal. So anyway, something to ponder, guys. Just think about it, and I'll see you on the next one. Be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting on. See you later. Bye-bye.